Well, hello and welcome to Gmodism Total Nerdery channel. Today I will show you how to cast in Minecraft. How to make LavaCasts, how to make towers, walls, stairs and pyramids. We'll go through some basic designs I think we'll like, but first let's take a quick tour of what I've been casting. How about pyramids in strange shapes? Very simple walls. Quite nice towers. We have stairs, smooth walls, and my favorite, the crazy wall with very interesting chaotic structure in the bottom, which I think is one of the beauties with lava casting. When you cast in lava, you sometimes can get these artifacts which are repeating patterns but a little bit irregular. And I think this is really the interesting part here. But of course, you can just make a smooth wall like this smooth wall, and the stairs are pretty smooth if you prefer that. And we can even make some interesting shaped towers like this one. Of course, I opened up the windows here, but otherwise it's cast as is. Well, shall we indeed begin? Also, I love my little design. This one is pretty cool. It looks like it has like small crosses in the top here, and it's kind of open like this. It's pretty interesting. Anyways, let us begin with some basic casting. Now, this way of casting, it won't use or consume the lava or water, so it's basically free of material except basically any block. Basically any block that doesn't burn should be absolutely fine to use as structure. Like dirt works fine, cobblestone is even better if you don't want it to show through on some of the ways we do this casting. So yes, probably cobblestone is best. Let's begin. Now, it's perfectly fine to do this in survival, but it's a little bit quicker to do it in creative, so I will show you in creative. But I've been casting a lot in survival. I've done that since like 2011, 2012, but for some stupid reason I never made a video about it. Forgive me with this video, which is a video about it. Okay, so if we just build up this little stack here, and we make a little plus sign basically under it. Then we take some easily removable blocks, put another one, remove the one underneath, which you can do if you stand on it holding shift so you don't fall off. Place down some lava here and just wait for it to reach the bottom. Oh, and if you don't want the lava to float all over the place, you can basically dig a little pit like this natural pit here. If you just dig one block deep little thing around it, it won't float away. If that concerns you, you can do that. Otherwise, you might get a very large interesting cast if you do this on a mountain, for example. Might be cool, might crash your game, so keep that in mind. Right, now when this is done, we just pour some water over. We can remove it pretty quickly and let the water do its magic. We have successfully cast a little tower. Now we can remove the top block, take up the lava again and place a little cap on. And there we have it. Then it's very easy. If you want to just decorate it in a most simple way, you can just, do something like this. Pretty nice. And of course, inside this tower, there is one block of like free space, so you can have ladders here. That works perfectly fine. Or you can have many ladders, or even remove this middle one and have one ladder at the side. Do what you want. Anyways, let's move through, because I will now show you how to make a little more interesting tower. I'll show you how to make this kind of tower. You can make towers in so many shapes and forms. You can have like broader sides like this too, but I find this kind of tower looks pretty cool, so I'm gonna show you that now. Now, make a little stack here of nice any block. I select cobblestone because this can be our ladder pinnacle if we'd like it to be. After that, we just make this simple little pattern here. You can see we basically make a little kind of, you know, staircase shaped form like this. This is what we want to have. Like that. When that is done, place an easily removable block like that. Another one on top. Remove that one. Place the lava. And wait for it to pour down. Right. Lava has now basically reached the floor there. So we can just place some water. Wait some second. Remove it. And let the water do its magic. And there we have it. A nice little cast tower. And of course, this is pretty easy. Then you just go up here again, remove this, and place a nice little capstone on. Then you can quite easily open up the passage. Maybe one down is more better. Like that. And you can basically have some window archways or anything you like. You can do many types of forms here. But if you go into this tower here, you can see it's pretty open inside there. It's just empty. Pretty nice. Not much work to make a tower. You can of course decorate them very nicely, but you know, just having the base work done like this saves so much time. Well, now I've basically shown you the basic ways to make the towers, so I will show you how to make walls now. Now I will show you in the end of the video a little, you know, a little tips or secret on how you can make some extra interesting towers too, which I haven't shown you yet, but I'm going to. So hang in there for that one. But because now we're going to look a little bit at normal walls. So let's select this one as a starting point for our wall. I will first show you how to make the most simple wall. Now this wall is the most simple wall, but it's not the most simple wall to make in survival, because it includes some interesting angles which are a little bit hard to make in survival. But you know, mechanically or whatever, it's the most simple wall. Okay, so what you do is you just place them one lava there and have 2 blocks of free space in between. This is the most like open wall we can make, kind of. And you'll need to wait for it to hit the ground, of course. There we have it. And we just pour a water over every, or on top of the place of the lava source. Just like that. Then you can basically remove the water. And there we have it. A pretty simple wall. However, of course, if we're in survival, we want to rescue our lavas. So we can just do, you know, pick them up like that. Perfect. If I want to make this a walkable wall, what I usually do is I just place oops, like that basically. This was kind of a cool design though. I didn't think of this one before. But this, I think I'll need to do this on some wall sometime. Like that. It's pretty simple, pretty cool. That's the most simple wall. Let's do the smooth wall, which I suppose that a lot of you would like to have. So let's make a smooth wall from here. Now what you want to do is you want to make a little basically bridge or something, a little roadway straight into space, just like this. Like that. Do that for a while. Like that. Now what we want to do is place some stones like that, 2 blocks in between, as before, as long as the wall is going for. like that. And I'm going to close it off in a way, like this, so we more easily can join it to something. Now what we want to have is a lava on each of these stones. Let the lava hit the ground. Whoops. There we go. On top of this, you want to make a little kind of walkway thing like this. Like, even though this wall is more complex, it's easier to do in survival than the more simple wall. So I think this wall is a really useful design, actually. Cool. This is pretty fail-safe. You're not easily getting any artifacts, except of course if you try to cast in a tree or something, then the tree will have its shape there. You can actually use some shapes to block the lava flow if you want to have an opening or something. So let's do that. Something like that. Fantastic. There we go. So we get some bonus door here. Okay, now you need to put 1 water for each 3 of the lava sources approximately. Like something like that. And then you'll just wait for the magic to happen. When that is done, you can just remove the water just like that. And then of course you'll need to locate your lava sources and rescue them from destruction. Do that when the water is well away, otherwise you'll have problems. Here we can see a beautiful, beautiful smooth wall. 3 blocks wide, and we even succeeded to make this little opening here. So you can even save some time making openings using that. And well, on the top of the wall it's pretty simple, but you can easily decorate this to be a little bit more interesting. Use your imagination, but you know, it doesn't look even too bad as it is either. So, well, that's pretty solid wall. Very solid wall actually. And so easy. As I have been badgering you a little bit about, I love this irregular shape and like this weird artifacts, especially when they are appearing in a kind of ish pattern. So I'm going to show you as well how to make my favorite wall. So let's get into that. This type of wall looks best when it's pretty high, so we're going to build it from this tower, which I'm going to show you in more detail later. Okay, what you want to do is you don't want to make a 3 by infinity platform thing bridge. You instead want to make 2 evil cobblestone prods, which couldn't exist in reality because of structural integrity. But never mind, this is Minecraft. So let's see here. I think that's far enough for this little showcase. So what you want to do is you want to take a block like that. And you see, we leave a space in between here. Like this, like this, like this. And instead of the way we did before, we're not going to place a little thing like this on top here. No, we're going to make it much higher. So now we're going to decide the final height of the wall, which should be here in terms of my proportional, well, whim, basically. Okay, and then you place the source like that. And like we did the super simple wall, we just have 2 blocks of free space between them. Beautiful, and there we are. We're now going to pour the water, and as the simple wall, we just place 1 water source over every top of lava. Now this will, the second we start making artifacts because of the blockage down there. You see that first blocks that were made will cause the artifacts growing steadily upwards. So well, we just place the water on the rest of them. And then we can remove it. and you'll see what I mean. And of course, we need to save the lava sources just like that. Whoops. We can actually remove this. Like the top rod, it's just easier if you make it out of something easily removable, so you can make it look nice. Like this, for example. My favorite way. Anyways, as you can see, when this has drained away, like that. Now we have this beautiful wall, however, the artifacts are not as nice as usual because of the uneven ground. But well, that's stuff that happens. And well, so that's basically how to make my favorite wall. I don't know if you will like it. I don't know if I'm the only one that kind of appreciates these all over the place patterns and interesting organic shapes almost. Pretty cool you can do that with some lava in Minecraft. Anyways, we're now going to look at something else, how to make pyramids. Now this is super straightforward, and I won't bother you with making a big pyramid like I did over there, but I'm going to show you the principles. Now, make a kind of pyramidic shape as large as you have patience for. And I recommend you to do a pretty large shape to begin with, because if it's too small, you will just waste time casting it, which is actually less efficient when it goes to a point where it's just a lot better to cast it. But in the beginning, you want, you know, a shape that's probably a little bit bigger than this. Yeah, but you do you. You'll see. There we have it. What we want to do, of course, is like the towers, this kind of shape, pour some lava, and wait. There we have it. And then we pour some water on top. Water cleared away, we can pick up the lava source. And here you see an interesting pyramid shape. To make this pyramid bigger, what you simply do is place, like we did before, and just repeat the previous step. Alright, we're basically done for pouring round 2. Let's do that. And there you have it. Now we can make this pyramid grow in different ways. What we can do, if we want to make this pyramid grow in this direction, we can do like this. We place any block like that, and then we pour lava. I'm gonna show you with water, just to make it fast, like that, and then you pour the water on top of that, because of course the first one is lava, but that's the place you want to pour it anyways. I'm now going to show you how to increase it diagonally, because I want to try that. So pour the lava there instead, in the corner. And then you put a little earthen block or anything like that on top of it, let it flow, and pour water on top of it. And there we have that one. Now we can pour some water. Whoops, now we accidentally destroyed the lava, which is why you want to wait a little bit before pouring. Now you can see we extended the pyramid one place in this direction. And of course, we can repeat this if you want a very prolonged diagonal pyramid thing. This is a pretty easy way to do. Also, why you want to wait for it to pour down is because if you don't, you'll get this effect. I don't know if you see that. Now you can see we basically have a little gap here. And you can use this to your advantage too. If you want some really weird shapes, let's see if I can find it. Ah, there we have it. My super weird little pyramid thing. Now it's pretty interesting though. These have a kind of ish hollow pattern inside of it, which you can see. It's not all solid. So you can kind of mine it open and see some interesting results. Oh, and of course, my dear smooth wall fans, let me show you how to make a smooth stair, which will go greatly with your smooth wall. Okay, so where you want to have the staircase, you just make a little staircase thing like this down to the bottom. Beautiful. And as you probably expect, you know the next deal, pour the lava on top of the first staircase place. Amazing. Also, which I didn't even think about until now, you see this top little block here? You can actually replace this with stairs. If you do that, you can just open it up and you will have it basically complete. I'm going to show you what I mean pretty soon. There we have it. Let's pour the water. Oh god, I poured it incorrectly. There's where we want to pour it. Didn't matter for this case. This type of structure is pretty fail-safe, so that's pretty nice. There we got it. Pretty cool. Now we can save the lava and let the water disappear. Now you may say this is not a very nice staircase. Well, it is looking a lot more like a staircase if you remove this block. And you can see these blocks. These were the ones which we placed firstly. So if you had used that as stairs instead, this would basically have been a done staircase as soon as you just remove the first top layer here. Pretty cool, isn't it? I think so. Well, there's how to make a slope or stairs. Any case, let us move on, because there is one more thing I wanted to show you, and that is, of course, my cool tower. Some more advanced magic you can use when casting. Now, this tower was cast with this little opening here, and you can even see the little shape I've put inside of it. And if we go on top of it, you can see that the top isn't even symmetrical, it's a little bit flattened here, and that's also an effect you can do if you, instead of making the staircase both ways like this, you make it only one way like that, which you can do. But let me show you how to cast a tower with an opening here, and we're going to use the mountainside as our starting point. Alright, I now made my little starting point. This is the point we'll start from. But to make this little opening, what we want to do is some interesting things. We just make a little rod outwards like this, and it will part the lava. We then can part it again, doing a little interesting effect, just like this. Oh, and you want to use something that is more easily removable, I think. And then to make the opening, what we want to do is, of course, make a little protective area like this. Here we have it. Now we can just pour the lava. And wait. Now, of course, the mountainside is going to mess with us quite a bit, which I should have expected, but whatever. Let's pour the water on it and you'll see the effect. We can clean it up easily afterwards. Magic. We can now save the lava and put a little capstone on. Beautiful. And of course we want to remove the earth. Dirt. And there we have it. A magic tower. Cast tower. But it's pretty cool, it has a nice opening and it's done in one casting. And of course you can use your imagination to make basically anything. You can spend a lot more time if you would like to experiment some really nice shapes. You can just remove that and you have it much smoother. Pretty nice. I hope this last tip was something you did enjoy too, like my little, I don't know, advanced casting class. And well, if you did see this last pitch, if you waited for the secret of the master class, I hope you think it was worth it, and I hope you will cast some super cool structures with cobblestone. I mean, I think in my survival world I'm going to make a like big castle area of this. It kind of looks a little bit evil, to be honest, but make a big like evil castle area, and I will try to find some sinister villagers and make it interesting, I don't know, dark castle village. Something like that would be pretty cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like and do subscribe for future videos. This has been your favorite host, I hope, Gmodism. And this is Gmodism Total Nerdy Channel. Gmodism signing out.